How was college for you? Do you like USC? What type of job do you have lined up? Be willing to share how much your starting salary is?
My major was intelligence and cyber operations.
What does that even mean? Is it tough to get a job right now? What are you most proud of over the last 4 years? What was your GPA?
It was high, yeah.
All right, guys, so we're here at USC, one of the most expensive colleges in the world. It's grad day, and I'm gonna be asking students what they're gonna do with their new degrees. I'll ask questions like how much money will they be making, what job they got or didn't, their GPA, their advice, and other juicy questions like that. Let's go. Can I interview you for my YouTube channel? Oh, okay.
I'm going to lunch right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't love the microphone. I don't want to.
It's all good. I've been rejected thousands of times in my life. You gotta do it. You gotta deal with the rejection all the time. Okay. So after getting rejected a bunch and walking around campus in the hot sun, we finally found our first person. Okay, like 3 minutes at a time.
Yes.
What's your name, age, and what was your major?
I'm Caroline. I'm 22, and my major was intelligence and cyber operations.
What does that even mean?
It's like international relations and cybersecurity in one major.
So what do you hope to do after graduating?
I'm gonna be working in cybersecurity consulting
Where?
in New York City.
What advice would you give to students that want to pursue their passions?
I would say like talk to as many people who do what you think you want to do as you can and see if that's actually what you want to do.
And how did you get this particular job?
I was in a club that a lot of people in my major are in, and like companies come to recruit and talk to them.
So would you say networking is really important for getting a job?
For sure.
How can someone better network?
A lot of people are very nervous to approach people, but it's like kind of their whole job to talk to you. So just kind of put yourself out there and it will hopefully pay off.
Was USC hard?
I'll say yes.
What was your GPA?
4.0.
As someone that's very smart, obviously, how do you do well in class?
Go to class. That's more than a lot of people do.
Do you study a lot too?
Not a crazy amount. Just do my homework.
Thank you so much. So what's your name, age, and what's your major?
So my name is Ghazal. I'm 28. This is my second master's from building science program.
What are you gonna do after you graduate?
I'm gonna jump straight to the working era. This was my second master, so I'm just so tired of school.
What type of job do you have lined up?
So I'm working in an engineering firm. I do commissioning, which is related to mechanical design.
Would you be willing to share how much money you're gonna be making?
80K for a year to 100K as a beginner.
Do you think that's a fair compensation?
Yeah, for a beginner, for sure.
So what made you want to stay in school for so long?
When I had the chance to attend USC, I couldn't miss it. Like this was a great experience. I don't regret it. I would do it again and again.
Did you go somewhere else for undergrad?
Yeah, I was in another country. It was such a different experience.
Okay. So where are you from?
Iran.
How has it been being in California?
It has been magical, like the weather, everything. And we live by the ocean, so it's really, really nice.
Do you plan to stay in the States?
For sure.
So what advice do you have for someone that's graduating but doesn't know if they want to go to grad school or get a job?
I think grad school would be a great step because you get to network, which is an important thing. And also in grad school, people are more close to business and like work era.
What's been the most important thing you've learned while in school?
US student cultures, I think. Yeah, it's really different here from what I knew. And it's always interesting on campus. There's always something going on. I'm learning, and even the tradition to just get graduated, everything is just so interesting for me.
How do you make the most of your time at college?
Always be here in the library.
Like studying?
Studying or even working on my own stuff.
Okay.
But I really like the environment in the library here.
How about any extracurriculars?
I'm from School of Architecture. My program was there. And I took one course from Marshall School of Business, which was really interesting. It was in data analysis. And it gave me a perspective.
What do you hope to achieve in the next 5 years?
I do really wanna like a business of my own, which now I don't know how would that happen in an engineering firm, but I'm really interested in that.
What makes you want to be an entrepreneur?
I was helping to run a family business, and I think it's a better job to do than being an employee. The responsibility is more, but it's more interesting because you feel like you're fighting for something you own, and like it feels better, I think.
Any last things you want to tell the audience?
If someone is considering to apply for USC, I want to say this was a huge experience. I really loved it. It couldn't be better than this, so fight on.
At this point, we'd been filming for hours, and I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty hot outside today. So I took a short break to cool down at the fountain until I found my next graduate. What's your name, age, and what major did you graduate with?
Hi, I'm Justin Katzender. I'm 23 and I just graduated in the School of Architecture.
So what are you gonna do in the future?
I am moving to London in August to work in architecture. Grew up in LA, so I'm trying to leave LA. I've been here for a very long time.
So what's your position gonna be?
Just like, intro architectural consultant, architectural designer.
Be willing to share how much your starting salary is?
So I actually don't have a job yet, but I would say for architecture, starting salary salary is like 55 to 65,000. Pretty rough considering it's a 5-year degree, but you know.
Oh, it's a 5-year degree.
It's a 5-year degree and you still need to get licensed outside of school. So I'm gonna be working on my licensing exams and starting to work too.
How are the job prospects right now? Are people graduating the jobs?
Job market's pretty rough for architecture because of the economy. I think it's a little bit better in Europe, which is partially why I'm going. The people are getting jobs. This is one of the better architecture programs on the West Coast. So, you know, a couple of our friends have jobs, and if you're a really talented student, you get a job.
What advice do you have for students?
I think that making connections here, I mean, that's why people come to USC. Be friends with your faculty, be friends with your cohort, make use of your time in college and meet everyone you want to meet and stay in contact with your friends.
How'd you network in college?
Studio, it's very easy because we have like 7-person classes and then you have a professor that you get to know really, really well. You know, being open to everything and being friendly.
Do you have any student debt?
I don't. USC, very, very good with financial aid.
How'd you get financial aid?
Applied for financial aid, lots of scholarships through the school too. I think actually applying to scholarships is really helpful because a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of money in the school. So
And is college worth it?
yes, I think it really depends on what you study, but if you're doing a professional degree like architecture, you need to go to college.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully not as an architectural intern. I would hopefully be licensed, maybe open up my own practice. I might go to grad school and try to teach.
Any last advice you want to give the audience?
Yeah, be open to everything. Enjoy college because it's I've been here for 5 years and it feels like it's gone.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So what's your name, age, and what was your major?
My name is Erin Lee. My major is Econ Math, and I'm 23.
What do you plan to do after you're graduating?
I'll go to grad school. I'm actually going to Columbia University for my MSBA program.
What made you want to go to grad school?
I guess job market is really hard, and I'm also international, so another path for me.
Where are you from?
I'm from China, Shenzhen.
What do you hope to do after you graduate from grad school?
Probably apply for jobs in the US, trying to stay here. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
Is it tough to get a job right now?
I think so, yeah. I think especially without like US citizenship, yeah.
What do you hope to be doing in 5 years?
Probably become like a data analyst because I'm doing my business analyst program.
And how much money can you make doing that?
100K.
How do you succeed in school?
Just try to don't miss deadlines and meet more friends.
Because coming from China to here is quite tough for college, right? You have to be very smart.
Not really, I think. Because I don't think US is really hard, like that hard, especially for my major, I'm econ major. So yeah, I think that's fine.
Well, thank you so much. So making money while you're in college or after you graduate is tough, but it's way easier with a website. I've been saying this for years. Your income is directly related to how many people know about your skills, portfolio, your resume, whatever. If you want to make more money, use the link down below to build a website for $3 or less per month. The website helps you out if you're trying to build a business or even if you're trying to get the attention of recruiters. So I actually own a recruiting company myself, and I'll tell you that something that we look for is a website in our candidates. If you have a website, you're definitely more likely to get the job. That's essentially because you stand out a lot more. So I have a ton of websites and I host all of them on Hostinger, which is my go-to platform for website building and hosting. Yeah, with Hostinger, I can build different websites for $3 to $4 per month, which is just insane. Also, they have an AI website builder that basically builds the entire website for you. You don't need any coding experience at all. And what you can do is you can customize your website with your resume, your portfolio, or whatever else you want to showcase. Plus, they have tons of professionally designed themes. You get a free domain and a lot more. So if you're serious about making more money, setting up a website is one of the easiest first steps. If you're watching this video, you should be doing that right now. Just click the link down below, head to the landing page, choose your plan and duration, and then get started. So for most of you guys, I'd recommend the business plan. And of course, don't forget to use code CharlieChang at checkout. It's going to give you an exclusive discount that's limited time only. And yeah, happy website building. Thank you so much to Hostinger for sponsoring this video and giving my audience really affordable web hosting. So what's your name, age, and what major are you?
My name's Xavier Williams. I'm 22 years old and I'm a dance major.
What are you going to do in the future?
After this, I'm headed to Sweden to join a concert dance company in Gothenburg, Sweden.
How'd you get that?
Through a lot of hard work and ambition, had a little bit of a European audition tour, and this was one of my dream companies.
What advice do you have for people that are in college that want to pursue their dreams?
Find something that you like to do no matter the pay, because no matter the pay, you'll put the effort in, and the pay and the recognition and whatever else will come with it because of how passionate you truly are about whatever that career or purpose is.
How much money are you going to be making?
I don't know quite yet. I just got a contract, but it's also in Swedish krona, so I don't have the configuration.
What was the hardest thing about USC?
Hardest thing about USC is trying to get the most out of USC. USC has a lot to offer. To any people who are art majors, just know that you're going to spend a lot of time in your craft, but make sure to take advantage of the GEs, extracurricular activities, clubs as much as you can. Don't just try to be in your bubble. Try to actually take advantage of the network of the USC Alumni Association and everything else that the school really has to offer. And just know that there's a lot of people on the other side of the university who want you to win after this.
As someone that's pursuing the arts, what advice do you have for people that want to actually get a paying job and like make money from their passion?
I think the main thing is kind of know the kind of person you are. If you're a person who likes systems, who likes routine, okay, then you're looking for a specific job. If you're an artist who doesn't really like bosses, who doesn't really like routine, then you should be from really your second year of whatever you're doing here at the university, pursuing a way to make money and to make it on your own time, because art is not a linear path. It's gonna have its ups and downs. So if you're gonna either have like something else that's a little bit more stable to help boost that artistic career, or you need to be very specific about the kind of role that you're chasing after graduation.
Are you graduating with any debt?
No debt at all.
How?
I partially scholarships, partially financial aid.
What advice do you have for someone that wants to go to college and get scholarships?
The best thing would be to study hard and also to just do a lot. Look into other routes of being a holistic student, being a holistic citizen. USC is looking for people, not statistics or just the top of your class. And that also goes for other universities as well, as just to like really diversify the type of human that you are.
What other extracurriculars did you do at school?
Poetry and like utilizing writing with my dance degree and as a choreographer. Other things really just had to take place off of campus, just being an artist beyond campus.
Do you feel like you really grew as an individual? Like, was college worth it?
College was definitely worth it. I had so many people from other majors who pushed my own artistic growth. And I was at a place where, you know, it's like a private research university, so everyone's really committed to doing something new, finding something different.
What was your GPA in school?
3.77.
Can you share one of your biggest wins?
My biggest wins is the group of people that I'm graduating with here at the Kaufman. Only 23 of us, 25 to start. It's a very tight-knit community, so we know each other well.
Thank you so much. So what's your name, age, and major?
My name is Arjun Ramani. I'm 22 years old, and I'm an econ data science major.
So what do you plan to do after graduating?
After college, I'm moving to New York and working in tech.
Oh, what type of job?
It's like an AI engineer, so like a sales engineering type of role.
To inspire the audience, would you be willing to share how much your starting salary is?
It's north of 100.
Are you excited to be making that much?
It's big boy bucks, so I'm excited.
Is it hard to get a job these days?
I think so. I mean, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of applications. I think it's all about volume. There's fewer jobs and a lot of applicants, so it's hard to differentiate yourself. So yeah.
How did you get this job?
Mass applied. I tried to shoot out as many applications as I could, and we got lucky.
What's your advice for college students that want to get a high-paying job?
Make your goals out early and just work really hard to achieve it. Like, be strategic, know what you gotta do, and put in the effort. I feel like if you put in the effort and you know what you want to do, you'll end up getting it. So.
What's your advice for doing well in school? Like, what was your GPA?
I was like a 3.5-ish.
Okay.
I didn't go to that many classes. It was more just like teaching on my own and like learning when I needed to, like for exams and stuff like that. Structure your time, and like when you are studying for those exams, like right before or whatever, just lock in. Just kind of just get it done. You know you gotta get it done, so just like lock in for those couple days.
What's the craziest way you've made money?
Probably like weight training for other classmates.
How much did you make?
I got like 30 an hour for like
Okay.
a couple months.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
Be fearless and be open to all the doors that are there.
What's the value that your parents have instilled in you?
Empathy and optimism, two very important skills.
What's the best part about USC?
It's the best place. It's community. It's the best place to have fun, work hard. You can do everything you want and more. So,
How do you create a social circle at USC?
oh, you can do it. I think people here are very friendly. You can also join clubs, join fraternities, join sororities, like whatever fits your bill. Like, there's so many people here and so many social people. So like, I feel like just put yourself out there, and I think you'll find the right people over time.
Thank you so much.
While looking for the next graduate to talk to, I actually got approached by someone who watched the videos.
Can I take a photo?
Yeah, of course.
I love meeting you guys, so if you ever see me on the street, come say hi.
What's your name, age, and your major?
I'm Nikita May, and I am computer science and business administration, and I'm 21.
So what do you plan to do after graduating?
I will be working at PwC Tech Consulting.
How did you get that job?
I honestly was looking to work more into business tech. I used to work as an engineer at Zoom and kind of realized I wanted to work more on the business side. So I was looking into consulting, and I applied with the women's consulting practice here at USC, and that was very helpful.
So joining clubs like that, super helpful.
Definitely super helpful. I think we have a lot of great consulting clubs. I also was looking towards product management, so just exploring different realms, but I ended up really liking consulting, and I'm probably going to go with that this August.
Would you be willing to share how much your starting salary is?
Around 86, 87, and then there's a bonus that's like 7, 8K, so around like 96, probably 95.
So what are you gonna start doing with all that money?
I am definitely going to be saving up. I'm moving back home to the Bay Area, so I'll be living at home.
The Bay is expensive.
It is, but living at home and not having to pay rent, a little better.
So what advice would you give to college students that want to succeed?
If you want to change your major, I think it's important that you figure that out a little earlier and just like kind of ignore the external pressures and just do what you really want. So when you come out senior year, you're like, okay, like I want this job and I really enjoy doing it.
So what if you have immigrant parents and they really want to push you to do something, but you want to do something else? What would you tell someone like that?
Honestly, I've had so many conversations with my parents. I think they really wanted me to stick with the CS side, but I think it just comes to understanding that like you're doing that job, not them. And it's like your everyday like 8 to 5 lifestyle, and you can choose what you want to do at the end of the day. So So I was trying to explain that to them and they eventually understood.
What trait has allowed you to succeed at USC and get a great job?
I was always scared to like join clubs, like scared to fail. I feel like coming into USC, everybody had a LinkedIn already in like freshman year. Everybody was posting like, oh, I'm working at Google, I'm working on Microsoft. And it's like you sit there and you get a lot of imposter syndrome. So I think just being more brave about it and just being understanding like everybody's going at their own pace. So like even if you see like your peers around succeeding, it's like you're gonna get there eventually when you put your work into it. So it's just like a matter of time.
How do you stand out in an interview for a job?
Emailing them back again. That's what I usually do. Point out something that was very important between a conversation that only he would know or she would know, and then bring that up maybe like a week later, just showing interest that, oh, I'm still interested. I also think like the questions you ask, I always like to ask, how do you define success in this job? So just to see where that is, I think it's very important to ask like better questions.
What was the hardest part of USC?
Imposter syndrome was one of the biggest things for me. I think coming into like such a competitive school, it's like if you think you came from like a hard, rigorous high school, I remember being that 4.6 girl coming into college here at USC, everybody's like that. It's like you're competing with the best basically. I think that was mainly the hardest part, and just understanding that eventually like you'll get there. I think that imposter syndrome really got to me the first few years, but eventually I kind of got over it.
What was your GPA?
I am at a 3.85.
If you could do one thing differently over the last 4 years, what would it be?
I played club volleyball for past like 12, 13 years of my life. I didn't play freshman and sophomore year because I was just scared of like a time schedule. Also, my parents were scared of me getting injured. I think that main thing I would have started like freshman year. I met so many of my friends, so just like I feel like volleyball has always been an outlet. I kind of cut that off my freshman and sophomore year, probably why I was going through so much imposter syndrome. But I think eventually I found that was like my pinpoint of like everyday happiness, just being able to see my friends at practice, traveling at tournaments and seeing my hometown friends. So I think I would have definitely started that earlier.
Thank you so much. What's your name, age, and your major?
My name's Ian Ayers. I'm 26 and I'm graduating with Master in Public Policy.
So what do you do after?
I do have a job currently, so I've been working full time and getting my degree, but I'm looking to get something more in the field of environmental policy. So just starting to apply to a few jobs and get my resume up to shape.
What's your current job?
Currently, I work for a legal tech company, helping people find expert witnesses for legal cases.
Are you willing to share what your salary is or your pay?
5 figures a year, it's around 70,000.
Okay. What's been the best thing about college?
Honestly, the best thing about the graduate program here at USC is just getting able to connect with people and learn more about the realities of kind of the job market and just the job space in general. I've really enjoyed getting to connect with also my professors and learn more about public policy and what it's going to be like when you really hit the ground running and get out there.
So what made you decide to pursue a grad degree?
I always think of myself as a lifelong learner, and I wanted to make sure that after undergrad I didn't just stop, just kind of get stagnant, I guess. So I wanted to push myself, so I came here.
So what was your undergraduate?
Political science down at LMU.
Do you like USC?
I do, yeah. It's a great school. I don't think I would want to go anywhere else for my master's degree, and I think my time here has been invaluable to me.
What's been the best part about USC?
The people, just getting to meet incredible people and different perspectives and learn from everyone around you. It's been amazing.
What's something that sets you apart from other people?
I think I'm creative. I like to think outside of the box if I ever can, and I like to make sure I have a creative outlet like writing or drawing or anything, really just to make sure that I'm not just sort of a professional-minded guy all the time. Like I like to make sure I'm having fun.
You're a lifelong learner. How do you stay learning?
I love history, I love math, I love science, so I just stay up to date on kind of the current literature and just keep reading. I love audiobooks, doing that. YouTube is a great way to also stay on top of that sort of thing.
What's a mistake that you think a lot of people make?
People, I think, are very beholden to themselves, and when they go against something they think is true to their identity, they can be very tough on themselves, and I think you should always give yourself some grace and try and, new things are always out there, so making sure you're looking at different perspectives and having a good time and making sure you're not always going to be too hard on yourself.
What's an important lesson that you learned from your parents?
Be true to who you are and treat others with kindness.
Thank you so much. I'm tired, you guys. Doing back-to-back interviews like this, it's definitely a challenge, especially thinking about what question to ask, but we're gonna go and get some more for you guys. So let's go. So what's your name, age, and your major?
My name is Sarah. I'm 21 and I'm majoring in biomedical engineering.
So what are you gonna do after you graduate?
So I'm doing a co-op right now. So I'm doing like the internship during the semester, and then I'm hoping to return back with that company doing an engineering role. Right now I'm doing operations, so it'd be cool to come back with them doing that.
Okay.
It's a medical device company or doing clinical specialists.
What advice would you give someone that wants to get a job out of college?
Networking. Even for engineering, I feel like it's still about like who you know. Obviously it's about the technical skills and what you learn in classes and applying that stuff, but also just like, getting out there, like going to the different events on campus and like meeting people in industry.
What's a typical salary for someone that's gonna be in a role like you are gonna be?
The division that I'm looking at is cardiac rhythm management, and from what I've seen, it's between like 80 to like 100 starting.
How'd you choose your major?
Okay, so I started chemical engineering, and it was just because I like chemistry and I like math, and then I kind of figured out that biomedical has a lot more of like the coursework I'm more interested in, and then I was pre-med until end of my sophomore year, year. And then I kind of started to find out more about med device kind of engineering. And that got me, you know, more interested into kind of industry stuff.
Are internships important?
I would say it's been like super huge experience for me. I feel like I never quite knew what engineering was, but also I'm not sure if I ever really saw myself as an engineer. So it's been really cool to like be able to like really engineer. And I did an internship the summer before that too. And that was awesome. It was a great experience. And I think that really got me to want to do the co-op.
What should college students do less of?
Just like stressing, doom scrolling, like rotting.
What's an unconventional piece of advice you have?
Be super optimistic about everything. I just kind of think that the best is going to happen. And then honestly, like a lot of times it does.
What are you most proud of over the last 4 years?
I'm super proud of just like the people that I've met being here.
Any last words you want to tell the audience?
Stay positive. Try everything that you're kind of interested in and just, you know, just keep going at everything with a positive mindset, I feel like.
Thank you so much. What's your name, age, and what's your major?
My name is Nikki Guzman. I'm 22 years old and I graduated a degree in human biology.
So what are you going to do with your degree? Are you going to get a job?
Yeah, I have a job already at CHLA.
What are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be working as a clinical research coordinator, taking care of like the study design and conducting participant visits.
How did you get this job?
I was doing an internship like before and they offered me like a full-time position with them. I'm just doing it for my gap year right now because in the future I'm going to plan to apply to medical school.
What made you want to become a doctor?
I've always wanted to do something in the medical field. I've always wanted to just like help people. I actually had some experiences in the hospital as well where I was a patient myself. I recovered from some injuries. When I like got better from those injuries, I felt so like happy and joyful in life, and just being able to like maybe one day share that same joy in life with other people was like something that's like satisfying to me.
How was college for you?
I was amazing. Yeah, I made tons of friends, connections, like people from all over the world. Took lots of interesting classes. I have like a lot of memories that I'll never forget.
What was the most impactful action that you did in college that just made everything better?
Like going into all situations with an open mind, with no preconceived notions or anything, because that really blocks you, I feel like, from growing.
Were you frugal in college?
Tried to save as much money as I could, yeah.
Did you make money while in college?
Yeah, I had a work-study job. I worked on campus at TCC, Tudor Campus Center.
Do you recommend doing that?
Oh yeah, definitely. If you can do it. Also, if you have work-study awarded to you, they'll give you priority when it comes to like applying for those jobs too.
What was your GPA?
High 3.8.
What would you tell someone that is going to go to pre-med, but they aren't sure if that's what they actually want to do?
Really figure out like what is it that you want to do? Why is it that you want to like go into pre-med? Go in the classes, try to make friends, try to find study groups, try to really make learning fun. Try other classes that are not like pre-med classes either to see if that's what you like. And it's okay to change majors. You know, there's always something out there for everyone, and pre-med might not be for you, but it is for many. So you never know if you don't try.
Thank you so much. So there you have it, asking USC students how much money they'll be making at their first job. Even though I went to UCLA, I love USC. I think the people here are great. We met some super interesting people that I learned a lot from. So thank you to them for sharing their wisdom, taking some time out of their day. Yeah, hopefully you guys got some value from this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like, make sure to subscribe. I do a ton of videos just like this on my channel, stuff about entrepreneurship, personal finance, all things that help you live a more financially successful life. Yeah, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.